Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to talk about for sale by owner. Yep, that's right. I am a realtor and we're going to talk about for sale by owner. And at the end of this episode, I think you're going to decide not to do it on your own. But anyway, before we get started, if you are on your home search, I do have a journal that can keep you all kinds of organized. So let's take a look at this. It's available on Amazon.
Don't forget, get your copy of my home buying journal. This one is specifically for the villages. It's all villages information. It'll help you keep track of up to 25 homes with all the pertinent information about this community. You can take it here. You can enter the village, the section. You can calculate the new taxes or get the new taxes calculated. Again, everything you need to know about the villages. You can staple your MLS or your VLS listing because you can use this for both. This is really for your home buying journey. It's available on Amazon. So I also have information here if you're going to make any kind of renovations to help you keep track. Lots of places for notes. I also have my handy dandy so you remember where the high tax rates are when you're looking for that home, and also my next steps checklist that I give to every one of my buyers. So get this book, follow along whether you're touring a home here in person or on the web, and make sure you get a home that's Robyn approved.
All right, so there are many reasons why you should not try to sell your home on your own, but I'm going to give you several reasons. I don't know how many there are, but they all come back to safety. And let's talk about what does safety actually mean? So, I mean safety, your person and your home, and you want to protect that, correct? So when you list the home with a realtor, it goes into the MLS and we have something called showing time. And we ask that the realtor checks the showing time button and lets us know when they want the appointment. We give them a code to get in the house, but we know they're a realtor because they have to be part of the MLS to use this service. If you put it on Zillow or Facebook or even with the flat fee, it'll always say contact the seller. So you have to bear that responsibility. You have to answer the phone. You have to schedule the appointments. You have to make sure you're there to let the people in. And I'm going to be honest with you. You have no idea who's hitting you up on Facebook and saying, hey, I want to take a look at your house. It could be a realtor, might not be a realtor. You don't know if they actually want to buy the house. They could be casing the joint. I know they could be extreme, but I'm just saying, in today's society, you cannot be too careful. I mean, even as realtors, we take a risk going into people's homes, having open houses. So just keep that in mind. When you list it on your own, however you list it, you could be putting yourself and your home in danger because you do not know who's coming to look at this house. And if they're qualified. Now, I can't say all the buyers that I've ever been with are completely qualified. They're qualified to some extent, but when someone reaches out to a real estate professional to start looking at homes, they pretty much know they're ready to buy or going to be buying in the near future and have an idea of what they can afford or what they're willing to spend, or even better, have gone through that process to get a pre-approval. And we vet them. We ask these questions when we're in consultation, when we're trying to find out who, what, and where about the buyer so we can best assist them. So, we are the ones making the appointments. And, we have added an extra level of security for you. Safety in making sure that you're getting the best deal possible, making sure that the price is negotiated and the terms are negotiated and the contract is managed properly. You want a professional on your side doing that. That's where you go to a listing agent to do that. we make sure that the appropriate contract is selected for your situation. There's as is and there's a standard contract, and I'm doing a video on the differences, so you want to watch that. But you want to make sure that you have the appropriate contract selected. Again, if you have questions, I'm up here, give me a call. If you, once you get the contract and you negotiate, if it's a successful negotiation, now I can tell you, I've tried negotiating with several for sale by owners, and it's always very difficult. I actually had to have 2 buyers move on because there was no sense of urgency with the seller. They were giving me a hard time every step of the way. They had an inflated valuation on their home, an idea of what the market was bearing and what they could expect. And it was just too difficult. It's like, in this market, we have a lot of inventory. We don't need to be dealing with that. We'll go find another home. So keep that in mind. If you're selling by owner, make sure you have a home priced appropriately. You have the contract selected. Then when it comes to transaction management, you want to make sure that who's following up to make sure the escrow deposit's being made? Who's following up to make sure that there is an appropriate title commitment and that it's clear and that there are no liens on the property? Who's following up with if you are accepting an offer that's not cash, that's financed? Has the application been made? Is the appraisal scheduled? Has the survey been ordered? Do we have a clear to close? Are there any obstacles? When are we ready to close? Those types of things we as real estate professionals will manage for you, take the worry off of you so you're safe knowing that the transaction is moving along smoothly. Let's talk about the safety in repairs. When the buyer does their home inspection, you'll get a list of repairs that have to be made. Do you have to make them? What's considered cosmetic? What's considered something that's a broken item? What needs to be done? You want to make sure that you have your professional on your side fighting for you. When it comes to any issues, everything is great when it goes smoothly. But when there are hiccups, for example, if title comes back and there's an open permit, how do you get that solved? Who's going to do that for you? Who's going to give you the appropriate advice? You want to make sure that if there are any hiccups, that you have professionals working for you. So think about that. And also, if you are listing it on your own, think about offering compensation to the other side. So the buyer's agent at least will monitor and assist with these items, because if you're selling on your own and you are going to somebody who's coming to you directly, who's going to write up the contract? Is it a legal contract? Is everything signed properly? Those things you really need to, you want to protect yourself, because you may end up having a home stuck in litigation because you screwed up or they screwed up, and now you got a problem on your hands. So do you really need that stress? Don't you want to have the safety, peace of mind that your contract is being taken care of and the home sale will move along smoothly? Do not try to sell it on your own. If you do, make sure you have some professional advice along the way somewhere. And again, if talking about this whole, obviously, negotiation with commissions, compensations is all 100% up to you. You do not need to do it. It's up to you. But think about, I think about it as hiring a sales force. You hire a sales force to list your home, and then you also employ a sales force to help find you a buyer. And do you want that home sale to go through smoothly, expeditiously, without, I'm not saying that you have 2 realtors that there aren't hiccups, but we minimize the hiccups and we make sure that you get exactly what you're looking for. So I hope you found this episode on for sale by owner useful. And take a look at this in the next episode of Robyn Cavallaro. You might like it. All right, until next time.